Alright, Atlanta, so today we're starting off these showcases for the newest characters in Bleach Brave Souls, and of course, the best character to start off the showcases, we have the brand new PARASOL RUKIA. Look at this character, she looks absolutely stunning. And that's gotta be some type of reference to her Bankai. So Rukia is great for many reasons. For starters, it's another powerful character to add to the power attribute, which is something that attribute is kind of needed for the most part. As of right now, my three main go-to power characters are Yamamoto, 8th anniversary Ichigo, and now this Rukia. We haven't had a good power of rank killer in some time, which is what I do also like about this character, since she does fulfill a niche that has been needing to be fulfilled for quite some time, for the better half of 3 years now at this point. Now, Rukia is amazing for many reasons. For starters, her damage output is very comparable to some of the better characters in the game like Kyoge and also Yachiru Unohana. And by that is because she has Frenzy +2. When she inflicts a status ailment, which she does have an increased chance to do so, she gets an 80% stat boost to her spiritual pressure stat, and that in of itself is already good as is. But then she gets the rampage skill, so every kill that she gets, she's getting 2% more damage. This, of course, caps at 100% and allows her to hit ridiculously hard, especially considering the fact that because you have that increased chance to inflict stat ailments, you also do have damage to frozen enemies plus 40%. She is, for the most part, a limit breaker character. She wants to be used in that mode, and in addition to that, she also does recharge her strong attack by 20% every time you move into another map, and that does go for your entire team. Her attacks, for the most part, are quite solid. There obviously has been a bit of controversy with her SA2 not being a range attack. Unfortunately, isn't. It was at a 40-second cooldown until they recently changed it prior to this character's release. And then there's also been some discussion in regards to her SA1 feeling a bit weird. So despite these few inconsistencies, we are going to demonstrate that in this video. She's going to still perform like an amazing character, has some good survivability, and most importantly, she's just a massive powerhouse damage dish. She's going to be hitting ridiculously hard, so let's demonstrate that in some content. So first up, we're going to take it into Inheritance Trials. She's actually really good for this mode, and more so even now, because for the next month, there are only Aranka enemies, which she does have killer against them. The accessory that we are going to be using for today is a Zeta pill, Fortification pill, and also Artisanal Tea set with all 30% SP. For our links, we're going to be using a Chad with 25% full stamina, 12% recharge. We're using Love for the 40% recharge, and also Bruno for 12% recharge. Now, this is on my third account. It's still a somewhat new account. I don't have access to really good links, so we are kind of working with the bare minimum here. So keep that in mind when watching the showcase. It can get better, and had this been on my main, obviously we would have more damage output thanks to our links, and also transcendent investment into said links. We still do have a good investment level, T20, full SP accessories, and also, of course, level 10 SP. Bonus abilities for now include full stamina and also long strides. Alright then, so first up, let's quickly demonstrate her strong attacks. Her SA1 is going to be some type of vacuum vortex. It does have a slight delay to it, although in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. Her SA2 is going to be a 960 in front of her. Does do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, it can't inflict any stat ailments. Lucky for her though, because she does have Frenzy +2, and of course her SA3 and SA1 can inflict stat ailments. She's not really going to have much of a tough time per se inflicting a stat ailment, because basically every time you have that SA1 or SA3, you're going to inflict the stat ailment, right? I do like her SA1, despite the slight little delay to it. Honestly, it isn't too bad. SA3, as you can see here, is basically one shot in most mobs. If it doesn't, they're pretty much guaranteed to get frozen. SA2, despite the fact that, you know, it does inflict stat ailments, it's still doing a lot of damage, especially when the SP boost is active. And one cool thing about this character, which I did like prior to her release, is that she does have the 12 type of spin flash step, which is also good at the same time because she also has a flash step alongside it. So she's the first character in the game to have 2 type of flash steps. It doesn't make much of a difference, and I would kind of prefer if it was just the 12. But she has a normal flash step, and then she also has the twirl alongside it. So she's twirling and flash stepping at the same time. So continuing on the quest then, let's use our SA3 here. SA2 on these lads. Damage output does look really good here. And I believe we might have already increased our rampage to 100%. I'm not entirely too sure. We are on the final stage though. Let's use the Soul Bomb. It's a cool looking Soul Bomb, nothing too crazy, but I like it. Either way though, for our first run, we got a 1 minute and 35 second clear time. Not the greatest, but we weren't going to go for a fast one, right? We're just demonstrating the character, respectable nonetheless. Let's try and get a much faster clear time here. Alright then, here we go. So I'm going to use that SA1 straight away. As you can see, that already inflicts the status ailment boost. Unfortunately, position my SA3, so we're going to have to try and run that again. But we'll do it in our next attempt, right? This is my first time playing with her in this particular quest, so I've not actually fully learned the boss spawns here. But we're doing relatively good right now. In this case, we're going to use our SA1 here. Again, what you will see is that we are keeping these stats up and boosts up for pretty much the entirety of the quest, right? Our strong attacks do come back. That's really important to do. If you can, make sure you always use your SA2 before going into the next map, because it does recover a decent amount. As you'll see there, we had 9 seconds left on the SA2. Now it's gone down to 3. So you do get to spam your strong attacks relatively quick. A character like this, even outside the limit breaker, always using your strong attacks when they're available is the best thing to do, because by the time you next get to use her, all the attacks will most likely be back or very close to coming back. And in that case, for our second attempt, despite us messing up a strong attack 3 in the first room, we did get a 37-second playtime. Honestly, not too bad. That's pretty impressive. Let's try that just once more. All right, here we go. So we're going to use our SA1 here, get the SP boost, then use our SA3, and that is pretty much what we want to do, right? SA2 finishes up those. Let's try and keep track of the rampage skill that we do have. So I believe we were on 20%. Now we're already on 60 into our third room at this point, where we're going to use our SA1, go up here, use our soul bomb. Probably didn't even need to. I think we could have just gotten away using our SA3. SA1 there, SA3 here, finish up with the 2. Does have a nice little back range to us. Unfortunately, though, I did get hit because I was standing in the incorrect position. It's fine, though, because our SA3 is back, and it takes down Aaroniero. So, really fast character for any IT piece of content, especially right now when she does have killer. In that case, for our third attempt, we did get a significantly faster run. Just a tad bit faster, actually. 32 seconds, which is in line of what you expect to see with a character like this. Now then, though, let's put it against the real test, that being a co-op inheritance trials. In this case, we're going against level 200 enemies. SA1 already inflicting a statism, and SA3 is packing a massive, powerful attack. And even our SA2, which is going to take a while to build up, right? We either want to inflict the freeze on enemies, or we want to make sure we have the rampage skill built up. And in this case, in our first room, it's already on 60%. So, as you can see there, like, even though our SA2 cannot inflict status on it, it's still almost one-shot in mobs, despite them having Iron Skin, for example. And for those that don't know what Iron Skin does do, unless you can pierce through it, or you have a character that has an increased chance to inflict status, the enemies are taking around 80% less damage, right? So let's use our SA1 there. I think at this point, we must be surely already on 100%. At that point, our SA2, lads, is one-shotting enemies, even though they have the Iron Skin effects. And we're already 1-5 right now, right? It can get better had we been given her better links. Unfortunately, I can only give her the best I got. One strong attack, though, against these mobs. The bosses more so, not even the mobs. They go down. They get frozen, and at that point, we're doing 40% more damage, which for the most part is basically a one-shot against any given boss. So let's use our SA1 there. Honestly, I've seen some people complain about the SA1. I honestly don't mind it. It feels normal. Unfortunately, we did get hit there. It's fine, though, because one strong attack 3 does inflict them with freeze. It's so cheesy. Let's use that SA1 there. That takes down Hallibell. We might as well just wait a few seconds, right? Let's use our SA2 now, then go into the next room, right? It's on a 14-second cooldown. That should go down to like 8 seconds. Yep. Let's use our SA1, group everyone up. Then use our SA3. Bosses didn't get frozen. That's fine, because an extra strong attack does put them down. Let's go up here, use our SA1. And then at this point, we're not at full stamina. That's fine. Might as well use our soul bomb and then finish up with the SA3. So, pretty good first run, I must say. Like, that wasn't our fastest run. It could definitely get better and try and get a faster run. But for our very first attempt at 1 out of 5, right? 2-minute collect time honestly isn't even that bad. It's actually quite impressive for the most part. One thing I will say though, just from our first run, because I've done a lot of IT showcases, especially trying to solo in co-op. Sometimes, even if a character can get a similar play time, it's a lot more tougher. In Rukia's case, that was kind of a breeze. We were able to stand where we wanted to. All the bosses, whenever they spawned in, if we use one strong attack against them, they were already inflicted by freeze. And if we do take any damage, our SA2 is probably right there, ready to go, getting us back up to full stamina. Alright then, attempt number 2, let's see how this does go. We're going to use our SA1 right away, inflict the status boost. SA3 takes out most of those mobs there, and then we'll finish up with the SA1. Hopefully this run we don't take any damage, just so we can get like a perfected run, which with this character honestly shouldn't be that bad. SA3 already takes down all those lot. Really easy first room right there. Let's use our SA2 here. And one thing I must say, which I haven't actually commented on yet, is the visuals. I absolutely adore this character's visuals. PARASOL characters are always some of the best looking characters in the game, so I honestly don't mind that we got another set of PARASOL characters, especially with this Rukia. The ice effects on her look really cool, especially when paired with the rain and the flowers, you know, just looks great. Let's use our SA3 here. Looks like we're doing 15k per hit. That's without inflicting stat elements too. Let's go here, use our SA1. I know it didn't group in that mob there, but that's fine. I want to make sure we can potentially use that SA3 here. Nah, we missed it. Okay. Unfortunately, not what we want to do there. It's fine, though. Just going to wait a few extra seconds. In this case, we can go use our SA3. As you can see right there, bosses instantly got frozen. These mobs, tiny bit of HP left. That's fine, though. One strong attack takes them down. And our SA1 is basically ready to go the next time we, come across a set of enemies. Let's use our SA3 there. Already got the SP boost. Pushing back with the nat string. Finish this mob with the SA1. And then in this case, let's just use our SA2 here. Then use our SA3. Look at that. One of the bosses was already inflicted with freeze. Hannibal wasn't. That's fine, though. Again, one attack on her puts her right back into a frozen state. And we are once more already going into the final room. Super easily done. Let's group everyone up. Let's use our summon now. She doesn't have any devastation built into the character, which is potentially fine because she does have rampage. So our summon is still going to hit relatively hard. At 1 out of 5, it almost nukes through one of the bosses, which is fine. Because at that point, all we got to do is use our SA3. Bosses once more, already frozen. And then 2 strong attacks does clean up the entire final stage. Again, another pretty good run. Very safely done as well, right? Like, even if we get faster, even if we clear slower, we're not struggling. We are not struggling. And damn, did that lad right there use Code of Spot? Oh my god. Very similar clay time, actually. A 2-minute, 8-second clay time. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's try that once more, though. And let's see if we can get a tad bit faster. Because once more, I did make a few mistakes. All right, then. So let's try that once more. This is going to be our third and final attempt, right? We're going to use our SA1 to get the SP boost. SA3 takes down these lads. And in this case, we're going to use our SA1. Sit back from afar. Try and push them back. Then use our SA1 here. Ideally, maybe I didn't need to use my SA3 beforehand, but it's fine. It surely does take down some of these lot. Had to spend a few extra strong attacks. That's fine, though. Our SA2 is already back. Let's go here. Use our SA3. Absolutely lovely. In this case, let's actually use our Sobon. Probably didn't need to be fair, but I just wanted to make sure we get rid of that wave real quick, because usually I don't have any strong attacks to follow up, right? SA3 here. Coming up to the next boss stage. Let's use that SA3 now. Again, that pretty much guarantees to inflict freeze against those bosses. Quick stage right there. Can we inflict an... Yes, we can. We can inflict the SP with our nat string. Absolutely beautiful. Let's use our SA2 here. And then SA1 here. There is 1 enemy left alive. 2, actually. That's fine, though. We can now actually inflict the SP boost here with the SA1. Then SA3. Takes down Nelio. 1 nat string takes down Halibel. And now we're getting into the final boss. We have no Sorbonne ready, but that's fine. That should be fine. Let's use our SA1. Into the 2. Into the 3. Would have actually completely nuked through that stage, but unfortunately there was 3 enemies out of our sight. That's fine though. All we need is an SA3. Go into the next stage. So let's wait 2 seconds. Then use our SA3. Then use our 1, 2, 68k there on the SA2. Wow, against that boss. Unfortunately, 1 enemy is left alive. That was more so... I'm still confident that was a sub 2-minute clay time, but unfortunately, we were just standing in the wrong positions, right? I think we used the correct strong attacks when we were supposed to, but we were standing in the wrong place. Let's try and see if that was a sub 2-minute. Yes, it was. Look at that. With 9 seconds to spare. 151. Honestly, really impressive on a 1-5 Rukia. That doesn't even have the best links possible. This once more basically is the bare minimum what you can expect with this character, and she's clearing content fast and also super safe. Next up, though, we're taking it into the Awakened Kisuke Epic Raid. The boss itself does have 50 million HP, but luckily this time around we have some good bonuses with Yamamoto and also Rukia. This is the build that we are rocking. We are going with full stamina, and then we changed our long stride bonus ability to weaken defense. Hopefully these guys are good. Let's jump into it and see how it does go. Now, one good thing about this raid in particular is that since we are having rookies in our lobby, in this case we have 3, including myself, we do have 3 potential team heals, right? We already got the SP boost. You'll love to see it. Again, we have to do 50 million damage here, right? To get through this boss. The Yamamoto Sobon goes off. You love to see it. There we go. Already through the first phase. At this point, okay. All right. I don't have to use my Sobon. That's fine. All the Yamas are letting their Sobon go off. That's fine, though. Unfortunately, I did get hit here. It's fine, though. We can get back up to full stamina once I use my SA3 or SA2 more so. Never mind. The other Rukia came through. Let's use our SA2. Get to the next stage. This should allow us to get mostly everyone at full stamina. I'm going to use my Sobon. There we go. That's the double weaken defense, or just the 1 weaken defense. Again, this raid can get quite hectic, right? I myself have not even learned it just yet. But I'd like to think we're doing somewhat decent. Unfortunately, I died. I got stuck in the vortex. It's fine, though. The lads have gotten us. The lads have gotten us. I would have tried to do this raid by myself solo, but it's tough. It's tough, especially when you don't learn the pattern. In this case, I don't think anyone learned the pattern since we all took damage, but we're allowed to take damage, and we're allowed to potentially slack off because we do have some good characters with us. Again, Rukia allowing us Again, Rukia allowing us just to potentially stay at full stamina, or if we do get low on our HP, we can potentially stay alive thanks to Rukia's heal. Either way though, with 3 Rukias, 3 Yamamotos, we were able to clear this 50 million Awakened Epic Raid Kisuke, which is one of the more difficult epic raids out there, in just under 50 seconds. Honestly, not too bad. So with that said, lads, that was the video for today, trying out one of the newest and one of the best characters in the game, without a doubt. This Rukia is absolutely amazing. If you are a Rukia fan, it's almost a must-have for you, right? She's a great character, and the only complaint I have about her, which we already made abundantly clear before the character's release, is the fact that her SA2 is classed as a melee attack. As you can see in this showcase, we didn't bother taking it into Guild Quest because, unfortunately, you just can't. I mean, you could, but it's not that good because her SA2 is doing no damage. People would defend it. There's no reason for it. Doesn't give any benefits. And had that SA2 done damage, we would have taken it into Guild Quest, and she would have been an amazing character in that particular demonstration. Unfortunately, as of right now, can't really do that because one of her 3 attacks are basically doing no damage. To me, that's the only nitpick and problem I have with this character. Everything else I adore. Everything else I like. And she's easily going to be a character that I will continue playing after this showcase. Gonna be one of my go-to main characters, especially on this account where, again, it's pretty new. This is pretty much one of my best characters on this account. So, with that said, in the comments below, let me know what you'd like to think about this character, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.